Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Treant Protector.
Team secrets turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Crystal
Reserve
mating.
time. Team secrets turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Enigma.
Dire team pick.
Vengeful spirit.
Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Team secrets turn to pick.
Admiral Concar.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Medusa.
Team Secret's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Spectre.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Puck!
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Sniper!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Thank you very much, Red, and indeed another game where we're seeing new heroes, it feels like, Purge. We're going to have a battle of astronomical proportions, supernovas versus black holes. There's a man who runs a boat as well. The Kunka's thrown in.
Yeah.
What catches you? What excites you the most here about this?
It's all going to be about team fights, and I think the Medusa pick and how she uses her ulti is going to be really crucial, because depending on who's looking at her, which way the black hole is aiming, she can disable a lot of crucial heroes. And I think the sniper, despite being a good pick, is also going to be a little bit of a focus point for IG as well. Can they kill the sniper before sniper sits back, does a ton of damage, breaks through Medusa's ulti really easy, stuff like that. So I think early roaming for Secret's a big deal too. Can you set tempo with Crystal Maiden, with Kunkka? Can you make every black hole effective? That way, in the meantime, Spectre's getting more free farm, because eventually if they get a Radiance, then Tree Armor becomes weak. They have decent solutions against some of the other enemy heroes. Sniper's going to be really good against the Supernova too. So there's just so many team fight elements that are going to interact in the team fights, and we'll see who does it better.
I guess one thing as well that's quite nice about the Kunkka, the Torrent getting through the Tree Armor. That's a bit of a solution as well with those damaged instances.
That can be really effective for sure. They've got lots of good solutions for against that though. They've got like Eidolons attacking. They've got Frostbite doing multiple damage sources. They've got Shrapnel is amazing against Tree Armor. I don't even think Tree Armor is going to matter that much this game. There's definitely going to be some times where it's useful, but maybe it won't be the biggest deal in the world. So Puppey did actually smoke for the top lane here, got interrupted, smoke breaks, and as a result, Vengeful Spirit spots him out. So no perfect wards for them, which is actually pretty important, because Enigma usually spends a lot more time jungling as an offlane hero, and because he wasn't able to block the pull camps, this means that despite Enigma jungling, the supports are actually going to be able to get a lot, either from pulling or from roaming.
What do you think about this decision in terms of roles from IG, having Burning, playing kind of a signature carry Venge that we know that IG love, and then obviously putting the Phoenix on the support capacity and having the Puck on the offlane?
I don't think it's that weird. Maybe the Dusa mid can sometimes have some issues, but considering that he's the only farm-heavy hero, I think what IG needs to do is just set really good tempo early and doesn't need to go too heavy into sitting back. I think that's exactly what Seeker wants to do. They want to sit back. I wouldn't expect them. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get a lot of Midases this game. I think that's what they aim for. Just sit back, try to get kills when they can with Black Hole, delay until Radiance, and then start taking fights.
Oh, see, IG will be able to secure themselves, by the looks of it, 3 runes, and unless Secret come back in on this bottom, but the CM and Spectre not looking to want to contest IG's presence, and they managed to get themselves the advantage there. Yeah,
it's a typical thing that happens when you've got too many greedy picks. Like, Spectre's not a very good level 1 hero, but 100 less gold, it's unfortunate, but it won't be the end of the world. Puppey will probably head to the safe lane here, just give them a really strong tri-lane. Between Frostbite and Torrent, they've got decent nuke potential. Boboko will be their target most likely, but he did go Leech Seed level 1, interestingly. Not the best disable right now, but definitely impacts a lot better than Nature's Geist.
See if they can do anything about it. They're going to throw the dagger out, bring everyone in with the Frostbite into the Torrent. Boca, can he survive through this? We'll have the Leech Seed heal. XXS coming across as well, trying to force Secret off him. But the second Frostbite, that should be enough to set up first blood here for Secret. They'd love to get MP in for it, but he can't quite get there close enough, so Pi will take the kill.
That was perfectly done. First Frostbite, follow him to get the second one. That's not a very survivable hero. In some ways, it's a huge mistake he was standing where he was. He did stand there so that the tree would not give vision from the south, but he didn't anticipate Kunkka coming from the left, which is why they were able to initiate on him. So, and maybe if he had Nature's Guys, it would have been fine, of course. But I do like that they're safely tri-laning here. None of the camps got blocked as well, so, or at least Pylight I de-warded one. So I think this is going to be really good for Secret. In the mid lane, it's Sniper versus a Medusa. I would say this is a Sniper-favored matchup for sure. He doesn't really need mana that badly. Shrapnel's pretty cheap, so I think even if the snake hits him, he'll be alright. Last hitting-wise, he's a little bit worse, but I think he'll be alright. And off-lane Enigma, pretty much straightforward game for him. No, he wasn't able to block any camps, actually, so yeah, Phoenix will get some pulling. And that's huge for Phoenix, because Phoenix is a hero that needs levels as a support. If he can't pull, he's going to have a really bad game, so Kezu needs to try to interrupt this as much as possible.
In terms of like the movements that the supports can make on both sides, do you feel that the Secret's combo of the CM and the Kunkka is going to be a little bit more devastating in terms of moving around the map in comparison to the Phoenix Treant early on?
Absolutely, especially because of how much damage over time they have. It's going to make Living Armor less effective even if Tree isn't ganking. So certainly like their support duo a bit better. And their disables are still good.
They found bo3 here again. They will have the Frostbite into the Torrent. They'll surround him. This looks to be a second kill. If bo3 will try and get himself back towards the tower, it's not going to work. He's down. XXS actually orbed in to try and help him, and he's going to fall as well. Double kill given to MP on this safe lane. 2.5 minutes in. IG, not the start that they wanted.
This is really bad for IG in their start here. Like, it's already a little bit difficult with an offlane puck, and now that he's just getting killed, in addition to the second death now in bo3. I mean, on the bright side, bo3 can finally leave the lane because he has invis, but...
OP's kind of out of mana here. I mean, mid one was ready to get aggressive. I mean, OP's got to get the hell out of here. He's got to go to the shrine, pop off, and mid one's going to get the space in the mid lane to get a bit of a CS lead.
Heavy amounts of damage is the best way to deal with Medusa. Just burning through his mana shield is really easy with Shrapnel, actually. Only downside is you're limited by shrapnel charges, but I think mid one's gonna have a pretty straightforward lane. And the worst part is the supports can't even roam here. Phoenix can't pressure this lane, that's for sure. And Tree has to try to get the puck farm, so now that the lane is going bad in off lane, that makes it even better, or even worse for the Medusa. Everything is just looking really rough for IG at the moment. And
bo3 has to be careful that he just doesn't get himself caught out of position yet again. Especially when it causes XXS to throw himself in and try and turn it around. The sentries are there. They do spawn him out. They've found him. They've got the X mark set up, and with the dagger coming in as well, I think this is going to be another death for the Tree. Can he get himself out of the range of the sentry ward? That's the question. It doesn't matter. They've got a second. They'll chase down bo3, and it's another death on this Treant Protector Purge.
That was perfect communication from Secret. Like, as soon as they casted X, Spectre was already walking.
Yeah,
they saw
dagger.
him. He starts walking over, casts the dagger, guarantees the 3 right clicks. If they don't have 3 heroes right clicking there, that's not a kill. And this is honestly the most effective Spectre I've seen for like carry contributing to a kill. Yeah, he's been there every time. He's got 2 kills, 2 assists right now. He's so far ahead.
This'll come in handy.
For sure. I mean, you can see from the CS it does miss out on a few because MP's making these movements, but as you mentioned, absolutely worth it for the involvement that he's had.
His net worth is about the same as what the Venge has, because Venge has like another 7-8 last hits. But the amount that it's going to affect the other heroes on IG, just because they're killing them repeatedly, that's going to have a really longing impact on the game. If the game continues like this, I feel like the one hero that can really get things back under control, Puck might die.
He's in trouble. They've got the Torrent set up. They have the X mark to make sure that XXS... Can he actually get away? No, he can't. It's so hard for the Puck to play around this Kunkka control. And MP on a killing spree on a safe lane Spectre before the 5-minute mark.
This is incredible. You might be wondering why Puck didn't use Orb. Well, it's because he just saves X.
Yeah.
Cast it on when the Orb comes out, and he goes right back. They have all the solutions here. It's actually insane. The draft looks so good for Secret. The one hero I think can get this game back under control. Mid one's probably going to die here at least.
This is a good gang for IG to pull off. He'll try for the TP out. Surely he doesn't make it. He doesn't. The punches from bo3 too much. So IG will get a big kill. They need a few more of those, but it is something.
The hero I'm looking at is definitely the Vengeful Spirit, though.
Okay.
When he gets 6, move around the map, get some important kills, kill the supports, he's definitely going to be effective at killing Kunkka and CM because of minus armor and good nuke damage. That's the hero that I think can really change the game in the early-ish rotations. Not to mention that Swap's always going to be pretty relevant against Enigma.
Swap's really good this game. I mean, it combos so well with so many of IG's team. You know, the classic kind of Swap Dream Coil. Also, you've got to think about things like the Supernova, the Stone Gaze. It's brilliant. You know, you swap someone behind the Medusa and suddenly they can't walk past her to the safety of their team, and you're splitting up the fight, you're hitting a guaranteed Stone Gaze. There's a lot of synergy between IG's lineups. It's going to come out in those mid-game fights. I
really see so much more on Secret's side, though. Like Enigma, for example, just a super rush on the Midas here, which seems kind of crazy. Usually you have to grab a Soul Ring or an Arcane Boots or something like that. But he's just been going Clarity heavy, and of course he's at a CM the whole time.
And he's having such a good start as well. Level 6 minutes in, the CS he's second highest. He was having the easiest lane of his life. Bottom lane though, Puppey, in a bit of trouble. Pi will look to take it down, XXS in return. Or the jaunt, phase shift, will dodge that last hit. So XXS will survive. Puppey does get back to safety as well.
Pi could be in trouble.
Yeah, in a lot of trouble if they get that lead seed off, and indeed they do. Torrent nicely holds back Burning, so the magic missile won't be there, and Puppey saves Pylai's life.
Yeah, huge Torrent there. Absolutely that Pi dies if he doesn't stun there. So first rotation from Venge, it's okay, but not super impactful. No kills happened. I think still the only kill that IG has right now is the sniper kill in the mid lane. That's the only effective one they've had.
I mean, I guess you've got Burning Down it, so you can now start to slow down what MP is getting done in this lane, but it's giving more and more space to Kezi. This is going to be an absolutely free farming Enigma from the early. Just no stopping him without extra resources. Bottom lane, though, that's big. They get in onto MP, and this is perfect for Burning. He sits down here, MP maybe just underestimating the killing potential with XSS coming back in, just gets caught sort of AFK, sitting there in the bottom lane.
Yeah. And I think bo3 might even max Nature's Guys first this game. He's got 2 points in it already. And just because there's so many things that counter Living Armor, why max it out in some ways? So it's kind of cool because he does play very roam heavy. And this is a way to make Treant Roam even more effective. Something somebody mentioned to me the other day. The cooldown's 3 seconds on the fade time. So that means if you hit somebody and get back to the tree, they're stunned for 2.2 seconds. So technically you only have 0.8 seconds-ish downtime to stun them again. It's actually kind of incredible. So we'll see if he can abuse this in an ultra OP way in the early game. Oh, they scan the rotation. They know exactly where these guys are going.
So straight out of there. Saw some good scans from Secret in game 1 as well. Just very good awareness of when IG was making these movements.
So I think this is going to be like the fastest GPM we'll ever see on Enigma this game. This is perfect circumstances. Great lane, CM aura, delayed Arcane Boots or Soul Ring until after you got the Midas. So this is like the earliest Midas I've seen. Every other gameplay is just, it's not safe to do it. So he's going to level up really fast, get the fast cooldown perk at 15. And I think Kazu's going to have insane items this game.
What is kind of the item progression you expect? Will he get Midas, Arcanes, and then the Blink, or does he get the mech first?
Traditionally, the Enigma would get a fast BKB first, just because they would combo with Nagas. But because there's no guaranteed teamfight setup, it might be safer for him to do a Linken's first, maybe, to interrupt the swap potential. But he might also be, if he gets BKB, he can still be Overgrowth. He can still be Dusa ulted. I think maybe just like Linken's Blink or something is maybe what he's considering, but it's hard to say. Eventually an Octarine, things like that. He could also go mech. It's not a bad idea.
Looks like they may just want to go for a straight walk-in black hole potential. You know, have that at your availability. Mid one's there to provide the damage. You know, Burning's fairly on his own at the moment. He's backing up, waiting for extra teammates to come through. Q will join him.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, because if he's the one that gets black hole, nobody's going to save him.
No, nothing at Q. Lane. Sass. Again, has to be careful. MP does have Haunt, so by all means can chase down a puck if he wants to.
Yeah.
It won't quite bring him low enough to
if he had an urn,
force him back.
If he had an urn charge, he maybe would have gone for it. But
and what do you think about? I mean, Midas on the Might get XXS. We saw it last game. Getting Midas before Blink. This game as well on the puck. Gets the treads, looks for the Midas first. Yeah,
this one definitely could be potentially really good. A lot of pucks are doing different builds right now, but you know, the faster you get 25 means more insane gold for your team. He's also behind, so maybe he's thinking Blink won't be enough. Because if you get Blink on puck, it definitely lets you initiate really easily, but the general thought is that puck needs a little bit more farm to help scale, because otherwise he doesn't have the ability to solo kill. It's not like he can just roll around the map and keep blowing people up with a combo like Quap can, for example. So by buying Midas, he farms faster with the Gloves of Haste and the Treads. That's overall going to help, and the items after his Blink will be way faster. And you don't have to worry about, like, I'm losing the game, Blink isn't actually doing anything for me. So there's benefits and negatives, but I feel like he can do enough without Blink. So other people set up the ganks too, like Tree, for example.
See bo3 head back down bottom, maybe wanting to do something with XXS, who has got that Dream Coil ready, but at the same time, Secret are prepared. Pylite and Puppey in the tree line. It's going to be very hard for these two members of IG to do anything aggressive. Ready. Just backing off.
Small item mistake on Secret. Puppey also purchased an urn, so they have 2 on their team. It's a little bit of a mistake, but it'll be alright.
Get an X into a sort of setup. X could be pretty deadly, especially for bo3 if they have the vision down, but no vision down at the moment on the spawn. Okay, just towards the left. They need bo3 to head over into the jungle, but it looks like bo3 may be aware that it's very likely that Secret do have to the other side of the lane.
This is a dead Spectre, I think.
He's got Horn. He can try and play his way out of it.
That's true, but I don't think I'd want to jump on a Ven. She has pretty good ability to guarantee the kill after you haunt in. Maybe going to Medusa is probably the best solution. It's like I can't really stop you from running away once you jump in, as long as you survive the snake.
I mean, again, Secret just well aware what's happening. bo3 moves across underneath the Observer Sentry combination. MP knows that they are looking for him. And will keep himself safe down behind the tower. Because Secret know that there's likely to be more members, they're making moves elsewhere. They're moving straight up for Burning. But at the same time, it seems like IG have the similar read. Burning's already getting himself the hell away from that top lane.
Both teams are doing a great job expecting and seeing where their opponents are rotating. Spec is still bottom, though. This is a little uncharacteristic because the dive.
Let's see if they can get him in time. He'll go for the straight TP out, but there's the bash from bo3. MP, he's not going to waste the horn. He's just going to accept his fate, go down, and IG do get the big pick. Secret will get a tier 1 tower trade, but of course, taking down that Spectre, absolutely huge. He's on this point where he's going to be doing that long road towards the Radiance. Every kill is a big one.
It's a little surprising for him to be there and his team not to back him up, but maybe he wasn't expecting the dive to be so heavy, or maybe he wasn't expecting to actually die in time. I mean, they are very stun limited on IG, that's for sure, but the Tree Bash was there in time. He does end up getting 3 points. I think he's going to max it out all the way. There's almost no way he doesn't do it now. If that makes a big difference. His damage output is definitely going to be low this game, but it's more about tactical opportunity, like what a Ricky does. So it's kind of fun to see different playstyle differences. And they're going to get their own tower, so I'd say IG's okay with this. Killed the carry, killed the safe lane. Spec doesn't have a super safe place to farm. He's doing good, but the 2 kills they have on him now, it's definitely the right hero to put pressure on.
Secret are looking for a second tower on this top lane, and there's the jumping onto Burning, coming in with the Haunt, the Frostbite into the Torrent, Burning, and then Black Hole by Kez, who grabs the both of them. That's one down. Q almost certainly in trouble as well. He does get the Supernova off in time, and in fact with the Stone Gaze, this is causing issues for Secret. They're trying to get out, but the Dream Coil onto Kezu and Pylai die will secure 2 kills in return. MP trying to hide in the trees, but Q, he flies forward, finds the Spectre, and at the end of the day, despite the Black Hole, the Supernova was stronger. The follow-through from OP turning up to the fight meant that IG were able to turn that right on its head and make sure that Secret was sent home with a severe bruising.
Really good team fight from IG. I think the only thing that Secret needed to do there was guarantee the Phoenix kill during the Black Hole. So I think the only thing that could have been better, perhaps, is Pylai moving closer towards those heroes when he uses his ultimate, just to guarantee that there's a higher chance that he gets damage out of it. Because he cleaned up the Venge really fast, but the Phoenix didn't go down, and him getting the Supernova off with the Fire Spirits, and he's actually maxed that skill, by the way. They're not killing the Supernova then. So guarantees the Spectre kill, and kind of a big loss there for Secret. They didn't get the tower, they used Black Hole, they used Haunt, and they didn't win that fight. That was not so good for them. IG's recovering. Venge goes for Midas as well, by the way.
Classic Burning. Wouldn't want it any other way. Midas indeed. And then what would he go for? Big healer.
Tree Midas. Alright, IG's committed to the Midas builds.
If they could find MP again, that would be huge. Burning. Zip down there with a haste room, but MP already hiding in the trees. It's there as well behind him.
I imagine that Secret's going to play really defensive the next 2 minutes until they get their skills again, because any other kind of engagement is going to be a little terrifying. They'd love to get Sniper in some of these fights as well. I think that'll definitely help them, but it's kind of hard when he needs to defend other waves. Like, whenever a wave gets pushed, he's definitely the best hero to deal with it. Maybe one of the negatives about Secret's draft, they don't have the best pushing heroes. Sniper's by far the best, though, so can't really show up to these fights as easily. The warding for IG is amazing right now. All these wards are sort of unpredictable spots, except for the one by Roche. They're great spots that spot a lot of good rotations. They know exactly where Secret's playing right now. And as a result, that's going to allow them to farm the map more efficiently. They're less likely to get ganked. There's just so many benefits.
Tess, a little careful there. Secret are sweeping down to bottom, but I mean, coverage. It's so hard for both teams to make a move here at this point.
What's the first scan that missed? I think for Secret. They thought maybe there would be a gank on the safe lane here, I believe.
Top bo3 with eyes on Kezu. He's not really near enough to come over and join in terms of his farm. Plays Dragon Lance and going for that Manta style build that a lot of people kind of on the fence about. So it's not some of the Mask of Madness that we've been more used to seeing here at this major already.
Have people been going that build?
The Manta style.
Mask of Madness on
Medusa? We saw the Mask, it was in the last series today, the early series today. We saw Mask of Madness Medusa.
Nice. I really like that build a lot, actually. I think it's very, very fun. Really helps her. See, the problem when you go this kind of build, it's like stat heavy. It makes you tankier, it makes your right click a little better, but it doesn't make your right click a lot better. And an item like Mask of Madness really accelerates you. But I don't know if you can justify this game.
Okay.
The Manta is mostly going to help for things like removing Frostbite, removing maybe like a Diffusal Blade, things like that. That way he can actually get a little bit of gap close between himself and somewhere else. And he's also going to be able to push lanes with it pretty well. That's maybe the best part, but as a whole, Manta doesn't really increase the Medusa damage that much, especially with AoE in the area, because it's just going to kill the illusions right away. And that doesn't really amplify your damage a whole lot. So, maybe the negative build.
I wonder if they've got kill potentially. They're keeping eyes on Kezu and slowly moving OP closer. That's how safe Kezu plays, and he's going to back up. Doesn't know that bo3's there, but realizes there's very high potential. Bottom lane, Dream Coil will be dropped. They'll look for the quick pick onto Puppey. Will get it, making sure that Burning gets himself involved in some action. The kills, and the build as well from Burning, looking to be the Midas into the straight Hood of Defiance.
So I think the only person that doesn't have Midas here is going to be the Medusa. Phoenix has his recipe ready. He's like 70 gold away. That's a pretty standard Phoenix item in the past.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to have to remake my Midas video and just be like, every hero buys this, guys.
Apparently so. But we saw teams yesterday buying Mass Midas and still losing, so
that's true.
It might not win you the game.
And it definitely cost IG heavily in the first game as well, but that may have been more strategy than actually item build. But I mean, either way, I think Secret's still in a pretty good place. They just have to get their relic up. As long as it's not Spectre getting ganked, I don't think Secret is too unhappy about this. Like Puppey dying down there with against like a Dream Coil, that's okay. They'll live through that one. But they just don't have the best defensive supports. It's one of the negatives about their draft. They can't really save a Sniper if he's out of position and gets gone on by their opponents. They can't save Spectre in that case. So what they need to do is just ideally have better movement around the map and not get caught out of position, kind of a thing. Because if the ganks start, you're probably dead anyway. So let the ganks go towards their weaker supports that don't give as much gold. And in the meantime, your carries can continue farming efficiently.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Or Hood, obviously on Burning, and actually Kezu himself as well, from the mech going straight for the Pipe of Insight. So really gearing up for these team fight items to help Secret out against IG.
Yeah, kind of interesting. I guess Venge just needs survivability, really. Like, you can build right-click items, but I think survivability is a bit better because she can't escape herself that well when she gets engaged on. So it'll stop Radiance damage, it'll stop Shrapnel damage, it'll stop Crystal Main and Conk combos. And, like, Enigma, you love these items, like Mech, Pipe. This is different than what most Enigmas have been building, but I think without the Naga, you can't be as greedy and just go for that. I'm going to for sure black hole people. It's just safer for him to buy items that help his team win a fight. I really favor these ones, usually anyways.
Still, the master of the farm, even though mentioned without the Midas. OP is there at the top, though. Very close down the Manta. It's actually going to be with a Horn that they find a pick onto XXS, joining Pi and Mid1, who catch him out with the Frostbite. In the puck down, and of course that kill involvement pushing MP very close to having the relic. Sitting on 3.6k gold at the moment. He should find it without any difficulties. The rest of his team could be in trouble. Mid1 will be initiated on by bo3 with the Overgrowth. Pi tries for the TP out. Looks like he will make it, but IG, they don't care. They find the bigger kill. They take down the Sniper.
I'm surprised. That's a core kill, and you only got 263 gold. That kind of shows what the net worth is like, most likely. Not looking the best.
Yeah, that does sound very low for
IG. There were 4 heroes though, so that's part of it. It splits up a little bit, but I don't know. It was a good kill for sure. Guess getting the puck first definitely helps, but very wise for Pi just to ditch. Like they can't save anybody that gets caught, especially if the Venge shows up. Burning is almost unstoppable as a core right now at this point in the game. He will go for a Hurricane Pike actually, so kind of back towards the more typical build. I just like the Hood a lot on Venge because you don't really want to get a BKB on the hero because, yeah, it gives you 10 seconds, but it's not like you need to win the fight in that 10 seconds. Venge is more like a elongated core in that she fights for longer in the battle, and it won't necessarily be I pop BKB and initiate. If you swap somebody out of position, maybe you're not as out of position as you needed to be. It fits the hero a lot better. It's a lot cheaper as well, so I like that build a lot. I don't know if he'll commit to the pipe. Probably not, but maybe later. So for now, IG just has to continue pressuring. They should still try to get kills if they can, obviously, while continuing to farm their cores, which is basically Medusa. Give her a couple more items. She's going to go the next boring item in the line, which is Scotty. Just more and more efficient items. Because he's going to do the same thing. Farm the triple camp near his secret shop, farm the enemy jungle just a little bit, but not too far because he doesn't want to feed, and continue leveling up.
I mean, with this kind of build, you know, regarding the stats on OP and eventually the hood and search on burning, is there going to be a lack of damage, do you feel, on IG's lineup in these fights? Because you've got the pipe and the mech to help offset some from Kezu? Or is it still enough?
There's definitely some threat to that, I would agree. But I think Phoenix helps back it up, as does the Veil that he's going to build. It'll help accelerate Puck, so I think it could work fine. But there definitely will be some damage problems. I think they're just not going to have that issue until like 20 minutes from now.
Okay.
Like once Spectre starts getting into survivability items past the Radiance. Second survivability item kind of range.
That Radiance, just a matter of about 500 gold away from completion on MP. Next team fight bordering on that kind of next level of difficulty for IG. They do fight once he's got it. Mid lane, the catch will be there on Q. The follow through to Bo, but it's not quite enough burst as Q be able to get himself back to safety. Top lane, burning, but bo3 and OP moving in onto another tower. They will claim it, so more money and control into the bank of IG. And this is something as well, really. We're 21 minutes in, and Secret themselves, they've only managed to take, what, one of the tier 1s of IG.
Yeah, that's because it's not safe for them to group as 5 and push, because they know that IG has pretty good teamfight advantages. It looks so good for Secret in the draft, but grabbing the Dusa and the Tree and the Phoenix, like the team fights are tough, and if Secret didn't lose the tempo from their early advantage around that tier 2, then everything would have probably been fine for Secret. They would have gotten faster to the Radiance, things would have been safer, but they had to play this defensive turtle kind of thing where they don't play aggressive because they lost some of that advantage that they got earlier.
Secret certainly thinking about taking a fight in. There's going to be the jump in from XXS. Dream Call onto 2 with the Horn. In response, they're ready to come in with this Radiant Spectre. The Stone Gaze comes through. The Supernova in the midst of it all as well. On top of the Overgrowth, it's going to be a massive Supernova stun.
Oh, they denied it.
Oh my, they got that denied literally that last second, bringing it down in time, and that is going to make sure that Secret can secure this team fight. They find 3. They're looking for bo3 in the tree line. They won't quite get him. He will get out. But yeah, killing that Supernova, they were a millisecond away from being 5-man stunned up. And
it guaranteed that Enigma lived, because I thought for sure that Supernova was going to blow.
So
stun him, the Venge gets the Enigma kill, maybe he gets a second kill afterwards with Phoenix getting his cooldowns back up again. That absolutely changed the fight. That was huge. And now Guardian Greaves picked up on Enigma, so now he can remove Disable. Actually, the thing I liked the best about that team fight was Kezu turning into the Dusa ulti because he knew that it would stop the magic damage. And actually, Burning also stunned on it during the Stone Gaze. So he actually didn't take that much magic damage during the combo. It was a lot of right clicks. Now the pressure comes. They've got Radiance.
Yeah, IG's just giving away another freebie here. Pi, mid one. And MP getting another kill. I mean, this is exactly as MP would have hoped a Spectre game to go, really, wasn't it? He had this lane where he was getting kills, gets a good timing on the Radiance. First fight where he turns up with it, bam, he's involved in 3, then a further pick-off.
Yeah, it was definitely a little slow by all means, but Secret had to play like that due to the fact that IG was effective at team fighting as well. But now they're just going to accelerate past their opponents, I think. I mean, they've got Midases. It's going to help them remain competitive, but I feel like Secret can just play around their Black Hole cooldowns, stuff like that. They've got the cooldown reduction now, and they didn't even use it in the last fight. They're still ready to go pretty much. Not to mention Enigma's as tanky as he's going to need to be, more or less, with Greaves and Pipe. So Secret's sitting real happy right now.
I kind of like this pick-up as well from mid one. I feel we didn't really see the effectiveness of it in that last fight, but having the Blink Dagger on this sniper, this is brilliant. If he's just on the back lines and then the Supernova comes through, he could just blink into a good position to make sure that he can help take that down from long range. Yeah. And ensure that Secret have a very strong chance of taking team fights. The better benefit, I think, is more around the Vengeful Spirit. I think he's doing this because of the swap. Okay. So, if, for example, if Bernie makes a mistake, does swap without casting Wave of Terror first, no damage taken, he can blink back to safety. If he does stuff like that, it absolutely saves the team fight. Or he can just, like you said, hide in trees, wait till the team fight starts, then blink somewhere where he needs to be. Force the swap to go on somebody else instead. Downside is he's going to have to be the one hit the tower later, so it's going to be maybe obvious where he's sitting, but the Blink Dagger really helps make up for some of that lost mobility. Does look like he's building very defensive this game, though. Yasha up next into a Manta. A Manta's honestly pretty crap sniper item. His illusions do not do much damage. You usually buy stuff like, I don't know, you can get like Monkey King Bar some games. Maelstrom doesn't really do much for your illusions. Gives him attack speed, I guess, but not much damage. So is it him gearing up for a Manta Diffusal build for the Medusa? It's for Overgrowth, most likely. So yeah, as soon as he gets disabled by Overgrowth, BKB or not, he can remove that. So do you think Diffusal's unlikely or on Sniper? For the Sniper? It's actually definitely a real good possibility. I was thinking about it during the draft, but I kind of walked away from it and thought
later. But considering there's a Treant, I think it's really possible here. Yeah. The mana drain you get individually is amazing. It's like 50. I think your illusions only get half of that though, so maybe it's 8 actually for range. It's pretty crap. So 16 melee, 8 range. So it's not a way to go if you're trying to drain Medusa's mana with your illusions, but for his hero, he could potentially grab it.
As you say, it's more for keeping himself alive and being very slippery in these.
The Manta, yeah. So I don't think he goes Diffusal. I'd prefer he just goes like MKB or something like that. Almost catching the puck here on the bot lane. Yeah, they just want for it. They know they can get this kill, otherwise maybe not.
Yules. Yeah, he is still quite hard to keep a hold of, and with that, IG are actually bringing in forces to potentially turn. XXS jumps back through. The Torrent will hold back the Venge. Pi in the tree line gets off the freezing field. The boat flies through, giving the Puppey the buff that can't kill Puppey. Burning's down. The Supernova doesn't end up connecting on any secret Pilot Eye with the Frostbite into the Torrent on XXS. They found the puck as well. OP turns over the Stone Gaze, forcing MP to back, but bam! Mid-1 snipes down the big old bird from the sidelines. A third kill for them, and bo3 thinks about the overgrowth, but he realizes he's just going to get himself the hell out of there. The Medusa's out of mana. MP and Pilot Eye finish him off, but bo3 falls on the sidelines, and Secret team wipe IG.
It looks so bad for Secret, but Kezu got there at the perfect time. A lot of great skill usage from the rest of Secret as well. Channeling the freezing field on the back line, frostbiting the puck right when he's trying to escape, and MP making perfect decision as well. He saw the fight was going to swing. He went back in, he guaranteed the burning kill, and all of a sudden that mech pipe hit from Enigma, and the fight was just over for IG. They burned all of their big cooldowns, and they did not secure any kills in the meantime. I think that was actually Kunko boat as well.
It was, yeah.
Delaying damage.
He was about to die, he got the boat out over him.
And that delayed the damage, and the heals came later, and all of a sudden a 5-for-0, and they get a tier 2. That's hugely beneficial.
Very, very impressive. And we're seeing this CM Kunkka is something that Secret, we know that they love in the past. They're just so good with it. The Frostbite Torrents coming in multiple times in the team fights and making it very hard for these heroes that like Puck that otherwise feel pretty safe in situations jumping around the enemy.
Yeah, I mean the Yules obviously helps, but it only solves so many problems. Very tough game for IG now. Secret continues to get farther and farther ahead in terms of items. Kezu, interestingly, going to go a Bloodstone afterwards. I would have thought he had enough mana with Guardian Greaves and the Puck. Or, sorry, the Crystal Maiden Aura, but maybe...
I mean, I guess it's just the real team plays, isn't it? Heal the team, kill yourself, heal the team.
Yeah, I think he just wants the lower cooldown, and also the fact that it's going to give him really good raw HP. His resistance is really high right now between mech and pipe. So I think it's a mix of that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking about it. But it's a little interesting. I would have thought maybe Octarine would just be your... I mean, he's queued up Bloodstone. This could also just become an Octarine.
It could, yeah, for sure. He might have just done it to get the
keep Sniper alive.
Top lane, bo3. That's the overgrowth, but the buff's coming through again. The boat flies in. You are not killing the Secret very quickly. IG just have to Stone Gaze on OP, start to try and back, but the X mark's there onto OP. They'll bring him back into the Torrent. Q comes forward, does get the Supernova off. Nice 3-man silence from XXS as they're forced back. MP left alone on the front lines, and they get the kill. They bring the Spectre down. Now they're going to potentially look for more. The blink out's just in time from mid-1. So Secret will save the rest, but that's a big kill to punish Secret with bringing down MP. As, again, it's this Phoenix. He got the Supernova off. XXS just jumping forward as well with the silence, making sure there's no way to fight around it. Q, though, may have made the mistake of sticking around for too long, expecting Secret to have backed off with their Spectre dead, but they stay strong with the heals and the sustain. I think it's also there. I mean, IG actually bite back into this. They don't really have quite enough catch to do so. But a nice little double back, at least, from Secret to pick something up. But at the end of the day, their Spectre's dead. A little surprised to even see the Spectre go down. I felt like Burning just sitting back, waiting to swap out the Deuce if needed. But Deuce wasn't taking that much damage. And he's, screw it, I'll just go in there and do some damage to the Spec. And Spec's at that crucial mark, too, where he spent all of his gold on, like, Radiance and Iyasha. So his HP is mediocre, and his armor is pretty low for an Agi hero. So lowers his armor and right-clicks him until he dies. Yeah, one of the things that could have maybe changed that, he's got the ultimate orb on the courier. He was very close to having a Manta style. So if the Spec had the Manta in that situation, may have managed to get himself out of it. Yeah, absolutely. It have made a really big difference. Or maybe he just would have killed the Medusa a lot faster or something like that. Although when Spec does finish Diffusal Blade afterwards, which is definitely the item you go for this game, Medusa's got to be a lot more careful, because that felt like such a fight win for Secret to me. Like, they killed the Treant on the back line, the Medusa ulti was wasted, they were pressuring, moving forward, but they just didn't hard commit. I think it's still a bit of Secret worrying about
the black hole getting interrupted. Because Kezu's been holding that skill very heavily this game. We haven't seen too many black holes, but the reason is because he does not want it just to get swapped instantly. So when that happens, Secret's not going to be the same fighting capacity for the next 2 minutes, and Secret does not want to lose that opportunity.
We'll pick up the gem now on Pi. It's just purchased it, so we'll start to get that superior map control up.
Puck also holding one, so...
yes, so they both got one out now.
It's gem battle time, basically.
So this is where those deaths can be incredibly costly. Lose gem at this point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Texas, and
attack.
we'll see who is given the gem. In fact, Secret will be Puppy. We'll hold it after Pi's
Radiant's
purchase.
bottom tower has
And they're actually going to smoke up on IG here. Want to take a fight. They're feeling the Roche coming sometime soon, so they can be the first to initiate.
I mean, yeah, it's not necessarily easy because, yeah, they've got all their ults available, but at the same time, so Secret. Haunt is back up, as well as the Black Hole. The Black Hole, to be fair, something that we haven't really seen. I mean, Kezu just showing us really the threat of the Enigma without the need to actually cast that spell in these team fights.
Exactly.
Still so much that he can do.
It's a huge threat, especially if they get a good team fight. As he transitions, I'm still not super sold on the Bloodstone. We'll see how it works out, but if sometimes you need to do more than just mech and pipe your team, right? With that said, though,
Yeah,
I think it's more important you cast Black Hole. Not to mention, if you die ever on Enigma, your Midas is probably going to be on cooldown since you can reduce it so much. Can they initiate on Dusa here? It's not the hero they want to start the fight on, and it definitely looks like a bait.
I mean, how do they close the gap? That's, I guess X mark is the best way, but still that buys time for reaction really from IG. It's, without any sort of blink on Kezu, even having a blink on Puppy would be nice, or Pi, which is just isn't there at the moment. It's not that easy for them to get the clean initiation unless they're just going in with a full 5-man push. I mean, their best initiation pretty much is what MP haunting in onto someone on the front lines. Yeah,
that's kind of true actually. And it is kind of weird not to see them go for that mobility on these heroes that easily can. Like Kunkka, sometimes the blink is fantastic. That would maybe be be the easiest way to do it. Normally you wouldn't always prioritize Kunkka. Going a build like this, heavy stats, heavy utility, teamfight stuff is good, but I definitely agree. This is a game, if Kezu really didn't want to buy a blink until super late, I think it's pretty fair to justify Puppy grabbing
a bit of that Bloodstone gold for a blink, it feels like it
feels worth it, yeah.
And talking about interesting builds, Pi, he's going for the Orchid on the CM.
Do you know what this is for? It's probably against the Phoenix, and the Puck as well, really. You use Frostbite, he uses Yules, just Orchid him afterwards, then he's countered. Then you basically have 2 silences in some ways. That's kind of a cool build. I think it could really work out. Nobody's going to expect this, right? When you see Orchid Crystal Maiden.
They look for XXS, but Puppy, he does have that X as the catch, but he couldn't quite get it off. The Puck was instantly out of there.
Yeah, he should have gone for Torrent first instead of trying to X. But it's difficult to know sometimes. Just killed the camp too fast or something. So anything new for Dusa? Yeah, just going Butterfly. Maybe another way that Orchid could be useful on CM. Although Bloodthorn,
build into that Bloodthorn.
He's got the plus 60 damage perk, dude, and now he's going to have a Midas and an Orchid. He's going to be just throwing out little snowballs.
Bloodthorn CM, let's do it.
It's actually okay. The only reason I like it is just IG's heroes are not very good at killing supports. It's not like Slark, you know? You don't feel like you need... He actually doesn't really need a survivability item in this game, surprisingly. Because Venge is going to save swap for either putting Sniper way out of position or swapping the Enigma, right? So it's like Venge isn't just going to punish the CM repeatedly like you see. This is like actually the CM dream game where you're like, I can do whatever I want and I don't have to worry about being chased and punished all game. It's pretty cool.
Well, 18-9. Ever since kind of that last bit of a play top, it started to slow back down. And obviously we do have, as the panel mentioned, they said this could be a game that becomes this Battle of Titans, the Medusa versus the Spectre. And at the moment, in terms of farm, OP, certainly with the lead, you know, he is a clear 4,000 or such a net worth ahead of MP.
Doing a great job farming. He's got so much evasion right now. He's even got the 15% evasion perk. Hitting this guy is going to be real tough here. Mjolnir up next for Sniper, so he's not that close to a potential MKB. That would be his next item that he starts, but Enigma's really good against Dusa, I'd say. Her HP is really high, so the Midnight Pulse is pumping out a lot of damage. That could be useful. But they are definitely going to have some troubles killing Medusa right now. They have a bad window. They almost done with Diffusal on Spectre. That will help, but again, same problem. Can't hit the guy. Can't drain the mana if you can't hit him.
Oh, but Boka's coming round, but they do see him. They've got the vision. They'll just throw everything at him. Take the freebie, maybe move in for more. OP is coming across. They'll clear out the illusions, start to back up and kind of readjust themselves. IG preparing. If Secret want to fight for more, Puppey and MP heading onto the high ground. They'll get the X marks. The silence is there, so Puppey can't hit the combo. OP now moving forward with the Stone Gaze, the Supernova. Secret have to be very careful how they stick around for this. A good boat from Puppey will coat 4 of his team in the rum, so they'll feel pretty strong and maybe want to go back in. Kezu eyeing up the potential for a black hole maybe. Q will be focused by the Assassinate, brought down a little bit. Has to be careful with no Supernova still available. OP's actually out of mana. He's almost certainly going to go down. Kezu comes in with a black hole, grabs Burning as well. Kezu falling low, will kill himself as well. Gets the Bloodstone Suicide. Assassinate from mid-1, finishes off Phoenix as well. And Secret will take the fight there. I mean, the amount of sustain these guys have getting in and out. Puppey with the boat, getting it onto pretty much his entire team, allowing them to man up, and they killed OP, the hero we talked about being one of the hardest to take down on IG side.
Yeah, it's consistently one of the coolest things about the way that Puppey crafts team fights is he takes them and he puts them in a way that uses aspects of the heroes that we don't normally see. So after that last fight, the Bloodstone looked so good, right? Like, kept everybody alive forever. The boat also helped to keep people alive. And right after he finishes his black hole and has casted all of his spells and all of his utility items, he's like, all right, no kill for you, and I'm going to full heal my team and guarantee that nobody else dies the rest of the fight. And they win a fight, get a tier 2 tower, and they get Roche out of it. And Enigma's alive instantly. Oh, he went the respawn time perk at 20. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. I've literally never grabbed that perk at 20 in my whole life. I always grab the 300 health. But Bloodstone, like, covers those bases, basically. It gives you the raw HP that I always grab the 300 health for. Oh, you're going to get a tree kill. And comboed with the Bloodstone, he's instant respawn. It's like the Lena BS.
Isn't it? For quite a while with those charges.
Kezu has literally advanced the Enigma build with this build. I get, like, 100%. This is the new standard. Such a cool build. Like, love it when players innovate like this. And Secret's team fights just look so strong.
Good amount of push as well, of course, with this Enigma's Eye. Lons Kezu and mid-1 will look to take the tier 2 down after this fortification's worn off. So if they can try and go for more. Haunt is back available. I'm seeing the black hole down for another 30 seconds. Looks like they will play it relatively safe, but they can feel pretty confident having that Aegis and such on MP. 20 for the moment. Looking at see if we're getting close to any of the 25s. I mean, OP on the Medusa. What do you take as 25 on the Medusa? Is it the lifesteal or the Stone Gaze in these sort of situations that's going to be more useful?
This one's a little tough. I think you're going to go Stone Gaze stun 100%. It's hard to say. There's so much magic damage on its team,
isn't it? Yeah.
That you almost don't want them to be stunned longer because then they take no magic damage. But 2 seconds of stun, that means if they look at you a little bit too long, they're stunned for 5 seconds. And then they take 50% bonus physical. The problem, though, is that they just don't have a physical carry that really profits from that. It's basically just Medusa. So
Burning, just with his build, he's not got the damage. I mean, soon, well, I say soon, he's quite far away from the Assault Cuirass.
Yeah. I mean, AC will help a lot, and he's going to get plus 65 damage at 20. So Burning is close to doing reasonably good DPS, and Medusa consistently, she could do that as well. Maybe she picks up a Rapier at some point, and then it's going to be super value.
Yeah.
But
Rapier with the plus 2 seconds would be the dream.
I think that's the build, though. I don't think lifesteal is really what's going to make Medusa that much stronger. I think you just say, we got to get better at team fighting, and we got to fight the team fight better than Secret does.
I assume this is just an accidental queue-up, because both OP and Burning have a Medusa, an AC queued up. They're not going to both buy Assault Cuirass, are they?
Probably not, but we'll see what happens.
Surely it's not good to get it on both of your cores.
Most likely, no. That's definitely... I think
he's picked up a Demon Edge. Okay, there we go. So he's going to go for the MKB on the Medusa. That makes much more sense.
Yeah, that protects him against a potential Butterfly pickup for Spectre, possibly Butterfly for Sniper, you never know. But yeah, Sniper going the standard MKB. He needs that for the True Strike against Dusa. And MP going for a Heart. So not necessarily needed just yet from OP. I don't think Daedalus is the move. I'm not sure if I like the MKB here for Dusa.
I mean, obviously the Solar Crest from Puppey is a little annoying. It's keeping his cause alive with
All right, yeah, for that reason, I would justify it then. Good point. So, first 25 perk Spectre. It's the amazing plus 400 health. So interesting.
I know it's not fun, but I think you normally take that again. I mean, the minus 10 seconds sounds good, but 400 health on your core.
I feel like almost every Spectre I've seen has gone for the Spectral cooldown.
And for sure, and as of course the clever people on the internet will say, well, then why is the 25 talent worse than the 20? I mean, plus 20 strength is...
It's basically the same.
Exactly.
The only difference is that at the 20 talent is actually better. Because they give you HP regen.
That's what people say.
A very small amount. It's like 0.6 HP per second.
But it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but that's where we're at, guys. Some
Kind
heroes
of
are
stupid,
just
confirmed by first.
kind of difficult to balance sometimes. That's life.
So, what is it about? I mean, Secret, I imagine, with the Spectre being where he is, they feel pretty confident. I mean, is there any sort of urge to try and break the high ground? I mean,
I think they're
is
so safe right now. Like,
yeah.
This is all Secret has to do. Don't take a bad team fight, and they win this game, I think. Bad team fights is how they throw this lead away. Like, look at Pilot Dad right now. He's like, I'm just jungling, I'm pushing the lane, I'm hitting it. This looks like a low MMR game where players don't know how to pressure the map. That's how safe Pi. Maybe that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but like Pi can do whatever the hell he wants this game. The fact that he has an Orchid on a CM is ridiculous, and that's just as a function of where the game is right now and how vulnerable he feels. Like, the IG drafted so much around like winning the team fight against Secret. The only hero they really have that can actually spot for kills is really just Tree, but because they're super behind and they're kind of consistently losing fights, he can't even get on the map to go look for opponents to possibly take engagements. So their lineup didn't quite fit together perfectly because Secret just got real passive. Like, IG had to kind of bulldoze a little harder or win the laning stage to actually pressure the map correct, because now they feel like they're in a weird spot.
Well, what do you think about this as well? Look at bo3. He's not moving towards the Axe at all. He's actually decided to pick up a second pipe for the team so that they can stack them against the damage of Secret.
It can be really good, yeah. Because you can use them one after
yeah,
another
you can still
to
benefit
barrier.
from both of the barriers, yeah.
So it's potentially like 400 magic damage block. It's really good against Shrapnel, against CM. All these heroes basically do a ton of magic damage. I think it's okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't have liked to see kind of the movement towards the Aghanims instead of picking up a second?
I mean, it can work, but if your opponents are winning and they have a gem, it's just good luck.
Okay.
They're going to get a Quelling Blade on a hero with a gem, and they're just going to walk around just cutting all the trees down. So, and there's not even that much to farm anyways. Like, hypothetically, it's super good if you control the whole map. You put a little tree on every single neutral camp, and then you start getting like 1,000 GPM as tree every time you ulti. But it's not going to be that kind of game for him. And for that reason, maybe once again we can look at the hand of Midas and be like, hey, maybe he should have just bought Hood right away first into Pipe instead of delaying all of his important stuff. I don't know. Are there even neutrals for him to use this item on? Like, I feel like he can't get out to a neutral camp half the time.
It's hard for him at the moment with the pressure the Secret were putting on. They've now started to back off a little bit. Secret back onto their half of the map. Puppy's picked up a couple of smokes, so we'll see if they do want to try and go for a play and move back onto IG side of the map as a full 5-man under the cover of it. Maybe try and catch IG off guard in this period where IG could feel a little safer coming out and leaving the base. It's still tricky.
Just so difficult for them to be on the map, because if anybody gets spotted, it's going to, and Kunkka's there, you're just going to X marks to spot somebody. Not that Kunkka's ultra mobile this game by any means, but I just feel like it's one of those heroes that makes a huge threat to playing the game normally. It's like playing against Disruptor. If you leave the base, if you get out of position and he catches you, then you have to fight, or you're going to lose somebody. Tough to be in that spot. Shiva's Guard for Enigma as well as another pickup here, making him ultra tanky. And
Burning as well, still not really picking up any sort of those big major items. It's 44 minutes, he's just finished off with Vlad, so
yeah.
I mean, just gearing up for the fact, maybe even preparing that you are going to be having to deal with these inevitable stronger creeps, and just having some sort of lifesteal. It's obviously great for kind of OP and such to help push out the lanes, a bit of extra sustain. He did go for the +2 second stun, so he himself won't have that lifesteal.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, they're going to hunt for a puck kill. Oh man, did he die fast. Holy crap. Like, hey, somebody crossed the river. Let's kill him, guys.
Risky place to go for IG.
That's what he's got to do. He's got to push lanes out. He's got to make sure that the creeps are far away from the tower, because at this point, IG doesn't feel super confident about winning a fight, so maybe he's over there. Maybe his allies TP to the shrine. Maybe they gank somebody that's pushing by themselves. That's basically their goal here. In that case, he ended up getting caught. He ends up dying for it, but that's okay. He's just got to ride this out until he gets his 420 GPM perk, and then he's set, right?
And then start shipping out the Moonshards to his team. Moonshard and Medusa would be very tasty.
Moonshard Phoenix?
Moonshard, absolutely.
You never
Dude,
know.
Moonshard trio.
That's true.
Those punches.
This guy hits hard, right? Still having trouble picking up level 15, though. That's tough for him. This was old Midas. He would have been fine.
Lane Pi nearly getting caught out with the swap and burning. He will be back up from Secret. Pi gets popped straight away. There's no CM. MP trying to man up. Just have to be a little careful as the mini bashes come through.
It's going to disengage, I think. I think this fight's over.
Thinking about going back in. They found bo3 on the front lines. Just getting 3-shotted there by MP. Treant's down as well, so they've lost the CM, but they find a second kill on top of the puck. XXS will be back in 10 seconds.
And he actually bought out here. He didn't save his buyback. I know he's about to respawn and all, but kind of interesting. I think this is going to go passive again. You know, like, again, the way Pai's playing this game, it just shows utter confidence.
Yeah,
like, he's like, oh, I'm going to push mid, blink dodge your skill. Oh, I got swapped by the Venge. Oh, that's too bad. My team will still take a fight and just kill you. Yeah, like 2 kills, no problem.
Oh, and I love it. He is, of course, doing that. He did get the blink, but he is looking for the Bloodthorn. Okay. Straight up. Yeah. Blink, Bloodthorn, Crystal Maiden.
Honestly, you might as well. If you're going to build an Orchid, you should just go all the way. Even though CM's not a right-click hero, it's only an additional, like 3,000 gold?
Not a right-click, it's 60 damage, man.
You're right. I'm underselling CM's true purpose in life. It's right-click DPS.
Lands the Roshan, they go. Secret playing it safe and just guaranteeing them the Aegis. And is that the 3rd time this game? No, sorry, it was just a second. Okay. Yeah. Next time there'll be cheese, and we may very well see it next time if the game continues at this pace. Depends how heavy-handed Secret want to go with this push in now that they have an Aegis.
So Dusa, only new item here is a Monkey King bar.
Has a lot of money in the back. We're getting close to Rapier potential, which may be necessary if IG want to try and close this game out and get the win.
It's definitely a Rapier game, I think. Yeah. They really need to amp up their damage. Venge is not scaling. Again, he's got Midas, but that's only going to do so much. And the Vlad's is going to help probably the Medusa the most, since he buys so many stat items. It's a little bit more extra damage from the Vlad's damage aura, but they're definitely having damage problems, and magic nukes don't scale as well in the late game compared to physical damage, which is why they're just going to keep dropping off more and more if they don't buy a Rapier. Yeah,
and I know we mentioned it before, but again, because he did take that 2-second stun, as we mentioned, the Rapier with the plus 2-second stun gaze.
That'd be real good. And the minus armor, if they can finish an AC. Still queued up on the bench. He's going to go.
Queuing up Mjolnir first. Bottom lane, XXS again, trying his best to push these lanes out, but they have caught him. Can he get his way out of it? He'll try his best. No, they've got the vision with the Shiva's Guard.
Yeah.
As mid one peeps in from a mile off. And that's actually no puck for 75 seconds. As you mentioned earlier, didn't have the buyback. Again, still was unable to get that money up for buyback.
Yeah. Just super smart word placement here. They knew what Puck's going to do. This is one of the things in pro games you have to be careful. If you set too many of the same patterns, then it's easier for your opponents to predict you. And in that case, he was constantly playing around the off lane there, jumping through trees and stuff. They saw him coming. Makes the kill a whole lot easier. All they got to do is haunt, and Spectre's got the disable, basically. And he goes for an E-Blade, actually, on Spectre. This has got to be a first.
Now that is confidence.
So the purpose of this is amplifying your 200 damage Spectral Dagger, actually. Did you know that?
Well, there we go.
Or
no, the purpose is to make sure you use the Diffusal Blade charges, E-Blade them, then diffuse them.
Okay.
Why not?
For the nuke.
The BM, the taunting.
I think it's for just preventing Medusa from attacking in dangerous moments, most likely. And for fun. I don't know.
It's good stats as well. Good amount of Agi. Great for the illusions from the Manta.
Yeah, something like that. It is actually the best agility item in the game. Gives the most agility.
Oh, it looks like IG will be able to hold long enough for XXS to come back into the game. I am still disappointed that the OP, he is purchasing into the Mjolnir, so we aren't going to see the Rapier Dream come quite so yet.
It could
but still
come.
At this pace, yeah, we certainly could still see it eventually.
It's actually so bad this game. Like, he got the Stone Gaze perk, so they're stunned for longer.
But why is he doing
Mjolnir literally
damage?
doesn't do damage when they get Stone Gaze. It actually.
The Rapier
I just don't know if it makes sense. I mean, he's going to reflect a lot of AoE when he uses the active. The active part is going to be pretty good if he gets into a bad situation, but I just don't see it killing his opponents super fast. I'm not sure. He'll kill the Spectre illusions, I guess. I'm just not sold on the Mjolnir.
Look at that. I mean, this ward from Secret, I don't think IG expected that, but bo3 certainly didn't. He's been spotted out here, and with the vision rule, they can't. Okay, they don't quite have the follow through. Okay, with the horn, they should get him. MP jumps straight onto bo3, takes him out. Q goes forward here, forcing mid one to back up. XXS gets the Dream Coil onto 2. Now OP with the Stone Gaze. They've got the Supernova up, but the Black Hole's there from Kezu on the low ground, dragging in Burning, keeping himself alive. The Supernova stun will save him. Can't get his way up to the high ground though. The Frostbite lands. Mid one peeps him. Q's forced back to go away, but the Assassinate. Is it going to finish him off? It is. Double kill for mid one. The Assassinate from a mile off picks up another. The buybacks are coming through from IG. They have brought MP down relatively low. Do they have the catch? And it doesn't look like they do. They can't afford to jump out of the base.
The Mjolnir's working okay at killing creeps really fast and bouncing to sniper and stuff like that without being in threat range, but they're having trouble just killing MP in the first place. And there's the E-Blade usage.
With the disarm,
prevents the
will
attacking.
answer it off. MP just goes head in straight away
Oh,
onto
dead
OP with the
instant.
Torrent as well. The lockdown's too much. OP's down for 2 minutes. No buyback available, of course. But bo3 comes in with the Overgrowth. They have the Orchid onto the Supernova. Phoenix, no chance for any sort of ult. And GG
My
is
God.
called. Secret pull through a 2-0 against IG Perch.
And it's not just the fact that they won this game, they just beat the tournament favorites right now. This is a team that just beat OG. They just came out of DAC winning 3-0 in the grand finals. And I wasn't even sure Secret was going to do well in this match. The first 2 matches they played prior to this were teams that maybe weren't expecting to do so well, as like VTJ, and they beat Onyx, who upset Newbie, despite looking like